Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 19, Episode 2.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We are still celebrating hitting 10,000 subscribers. Thank you again. You get what I'm saying? Everybody who helped. In celebration, we are mentioning 10 YouTubers that we believe that y'all should subscribe to because they do great work. Y'all ready for number 9?
Let's hear it.
Lifestyle with Lex. Listen here, she does great work. You know, I have great appreciation for anybody who do videos by themselves because you know what? You got to be entertaining. You got to be factual, actual. You got to be all these things. And Lifestyle with Lex is all of that. And she is close to 10,000 subscribers herself.
Yeah, so let's get her to it, y'all.
So it would be amazing if all of y'all can help get her to that so we all can celebrate together because there's room for everybody.
Yep.
You ready to get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Let's go, Blair.
So we meet Megan. She's 38. She's been single for 7 years. She works for her family business and she's also a realtor. She needs someone to tell her what she really wants, and she could be with someone who makes less money as long as they are a hard worker. She can be an introvert and she wants an extrovert to pull her out of her comfort zone.
Stop right there. I don't like her. I'm already off of her. This episode 2, and you're telling me that you need someone to tell you, who is also an adult,
38,
what you really want. Be careful of women who are like that, guys, because they will give you the power and then be mad that they gave you the power. Then she's going to turn into the woman of stop telling me what to do. Stop telling me what I want. I'm a woman. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be all those things. No, you make up your mind and say what you really want. So that's why I was like, oh boy, she is already starting in the negatives for me. Also being single for 7 years, it's kind of like, oh boy, let's see.
Yeah, I guess first impressions with her saying that like she's an introvert, she's usually at home watching Dateline. I'm just like, that sounds like a great time to me.
Yeah,
but
does it?
like, love me a good little true crime, Friday night. But I also felt like if she wants to find a partner, has she really been putting herself out there enough to meet somebody? And the fact that, like you said, she hasn't been, she's been single for 7 years, it makes me wonder, are you able to be flexible, and do you have room to allow somebody into your life?
Yeah.
Because I think so at a certain point people do get set in their ways, and I'm wondering if she's at that point.
Okay.
So we move on to Derek, who's 38. He used to be an engineer. Now he's in e-commerce and he can travel all over the world. He has a health and wellness business. He prioritizes his health and he wants a partner who does the same. He is more of an extrovert. He's ready to settle down, which is why he moved to Austin. And we learned that they both want sex every day and they want kids. She has frozen her eggs so that way she could be ready for children when the right person came along.
Wow. Well, I like the fact that she's being proactive. You get what I'm saying? What is your first impression of Derek?
Yeah, I thought Derek, he seemed okay.
Yeah.
He seemed like he lives a full, interesting life. I think he touched on kind of how he's been on lots of different dates and how things just kind of are shallow and, aren't meaningful after a while. And I think that with all that he's done in the life that he's lived, I'm hoping that he is serious about settling down now and that he won't get to that and start to feel like the itch to get back out there. So,
yeah. I like Derek. And that troubles me because I always trying to find the flaw for people who sign up for shows like this to try to figure out, like, Derek, you seem like a good catch.
Yeah, why are you here?
Why are you here? Why are you here with the weirdos?
Yeah.
Unless you're a weirdo yourself. It just haven't been exposed to me yet. But let's keep going.
So we get to their wedding day. Megan says that she's been too busy working to date.
Stop right there. Another red flag. You're not too busy to date. You're not too busy to date. I believe that anything that you want to do, you will find time to do, right? Now, is it hard? Yes, it is hard. Blair said there's piss in the pool, there's bodies in the pool, there's a lot of everything in the pool
Feces.
except for water.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Good water at that.
Yeah.
So is it hard? Sure, right? But I feel like she is trying to... What's the word I'm looking for, Blair? Well, don't help me because we're not good at taboo yet. But it's like, you know how someone try to make themselves sound more important by making themselves sound busier than what they really are?
Yeah.
You just told me you be at home watching Dateline.
Yeah.
Or Dateline.
Yeah.
So you're not too busy. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, it just seems like she's she's filling up her schedule with all these things and basically trying to make herself seem more important by saying, yeah, I'm too busy to date because I got this business to where I do with my family, and then I do real estate, and it just seems like just too much for me, in my opinion.
She would want one boy when she has a child, but her mom wants her to have a girl. So the mom apparently tried to talk Megan out of doing this. The mom's been married for over 43 years. She's talking about how 50% of marriages end in divorce. So if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. And I feel like mom was saying that for herself because I think she's frustrated that Megan did this stupid thing.
Yeah.
But Megan was trying to tell her, like, thanks, mom. That's not really something I need to hear while I'm getting ready to walk down the aisle. So mom got some stuff with her.
But it's I can understand why the dynamic can be what it is, and even she mentioned it. She says, "Look, it's hard to go between, you know, your mom being your mom or your parents being your parents, and then they being your bosses. So it's like it's going back. It's kind of hard when those lines get blurred. You get what I'm saying?"
So he ended up getting her a gift, which was a nice little ring box, and he sent her a nice letter. With Derek, his friends break out the wigs that they wear to their, I guess, EDM festivals that they be going to. And she actually got him an ice bath, and he takes a cold plunge. So I actually thought that was a really cute wedding idea because, of course, it's nice to get trinkets and different things like that. And I think his gift to her was very useful so she can have somewhere safe to put her ring. But I love an experience, and this is something that you're not going to forget. So I thought that was pretty cool.
If I was to give you an ice bath for a gift for you, would you took an ice plunge?
I would have done it.
You would have done it? Well, I wouldn't have done it. But I thought, as much as I'm giving her flack of all these red flags to me, she gave the best gift, in my opinion, because you don't know what the other person likes. So you got to give a safe gift. I'm going to give you a ring box.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a necklace or something like that. I think because you don't know the person on the other side of the aisle and things of that nature, and they don't know you and they haven't seen you, this is your only way of actually getting them to know who you are in some way. So by her giving him an ice bath, it kind of like, I'm going to show you like my interest. And I do an ice plunge every morning or something like that. Or she said she does it 5 days a week. So I think that was a great gift to show him what she's into. And I really enjoyed it.
So she is going to be giving away herself because she is deciding to do this. So this is what she's going to do. And
this is where I giveth and I taketh away. You get what I'm saying? Another red flag to me. Why can't you let one of your parents give you away?
I'm like, it must be a rocky relationship, even though that they work together and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It might be some rocky stuff when it comes to how close they actually are.
No, it's giving off as if you smell yourself too much. I understand that you are giving yourself away. No one made you sign up for this experiment, but at the end of the day, everything that your parents have instilled in you got you to this point, even employment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the whole point of giving away, of basically like all the lessons, all the, you know, the peaks, the mountain peaks and the valley lows. It's like I'm giving to you, you know, something that is precious to me. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go so far as say for her to rob her parents of it because, you know, her mother believes divorce is, you know, 50% is going to happen. But it just seemed like you made it about you in that moment.
Yeah.
To where everything else is about you. That one moment could have been about your mother or like your father to give you away.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So we learned that his parents have been together for over 40 years.
Yeah. And
everything is just starting to hit her. She's nervous and she's wondering if they're going to be feeling each other.
Okay.
So as we see, she walks herself down the aisle. She's talking about how nervous she is, like, and she's telling the officiant, like, the silence is killing me. Like, can we get this thing going? Like, but they both say I do. They both end up kissing. But I get she was nervous, but it just seemed like she the way that she was standing with her hands on her hips,
it was masculine.
I wasn't even trying to say that. I was more so saying like it's as though it just wasn't demure. It just was not demure. I'm just like, ma'am, just put your arms down, hold his hands if you can, but just standing there like, all right, what's next? Yeah. Just like let's keep it cute on our wedding day.
Well, so. Like I said, if it was demure, it was demure. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't. It just came off as masculine to me. And like I said, I'm gonna give her bail out of jail because you are nervous, right? But it just came off as if like He's standing there, you know, he got himself together, and you just couldn't keep still for nothing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you really did look like you was out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Hands on the hip. You just kind of just shoulders kind of hunt.
I felt like she was kind of trying to control the situation.
Yeah, it just came off as if you wasn't letting, it's like you wasn't letting the wedding be.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You was just trying to like get to the end, which, you know, it is what it is.
So he is blown away, thinks she's absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
He's from Maryland. She is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And he talks about how he just moved to Austin in September, and she's been in Austin since 2019.
Nice.
And she is, you know, feeling relieved after meeting him. So we move on to meeting our next couple. We've got Rhonda, who is 63. And I was like, Rhonda looks very good.
She looks cool.
She looks very good. She has found it hard to meet people. She's been married twice before. First was her the father of her children.
Getting choked up.
And she married him after knowing him for 3 months. The issue was that he would never work, so she would rather care for 4 kids instead of 5. The second marriage ended after 18 months, but we don't really get any more details about why that one ended. And so, you know, she is a bit bossy, a bit tough, because she had to be a single mom of 4 kids, and sex is also important to her in a relationship.
Do you think it's a red flag that her second marriage ended in 18 months, after 18 months?
It is a bit of a red flag, because it makes me wonder how much vetting did you actually do, because you didn't vet the father, you know what I'm saying?
3 months,
so I'm wondering, did you just not vet very well, and then you kind of realized it wasn't working, or was there toxic things happening that you were part of that caused the relationship to end?
Yeah. So Rhonda seemed like the type of person who would sign up for this experiment. As you can see, she only talked to the father of her kids for 3 months. Didn't even get a chance for a W-2 to come around 1 year. You get what I'm saying? So, but the 18 months kind of, I really want to know how old she was for that 18-month one, because I wonder if you've been married and then you get divorced and then you're single for a while, are you kind of stuck in your ways to like your point to where it's kind of like, you know what? I'd rather be by myself. It's kind of easier to be by myself than to be married. And I wonder, my biggest concern with Rhonda, her name, is how does compromise look for a 63-year-old? You get what I'm saying? Especially with when you're stuck in your ways. This is your 3rd marriage. You know what I mean? Your kids are grown. You don't really need, what's the word? I'm not going to say you don't need marriage or a husband and things like that, but you have shown yourself to be so self-sufficient that, like, really, if there's any type of speed bumps or any bump in the road, I can see somebody who don't need it being like, I don't really need this. I've really been doing good by myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my concerns for Rhonda. So
we move on to Pat. He's 59. Yeah. Dating apps are like shopping in a thrift store, finding the least broken thing that doesn't smell. Well, and I was just like, bars, Pat, bars.
Ain't all that bad. Okay.
So he was in the Air Force. He's a very adventurous guy. And he was married before. I think he said he had 3 kids as well. And he tried to stay in the marriage for his kids, but it just wasn't satisfying sexually.
Wow. So sex is important to him too. That's interesting.
So we get to any first impressions on Pat?
I need more with Pat, because I know sex is important, but you gotta give me another reason why that marriage didn't work.
Yeah.
You have to give me something else of why that marriage didn't work, especially when you have 3 kids and things of that nature. But so far, I'm liking Pat.
Yeah, Pat seemed okay. We get to the day of the wedding, and she pulls out the tarot cards and she draws the soulmate card. And she's, sitting around the house talking to her kids. And the day before, she was really scared and stressed, but now she's happy and she's looking forward to the wedding.
And this is probably why her relationships be what it is.
Why is that?
Because she's leaving it up to chance.
Okay.
Leaving it up to the shuffling of the decks, maybe. You get what I'm saying? If you're talking to somebody for 3 months and then you get married, and then you get married and then y'all only go for 18 months. I wonder how serious is marriage to Rhonda is, especially after that first marriage.
When I'm watching her, I just think that she seems like somebody who likes to be like in love, like that high of love. And I'm wondering if when the spark goes away, does it just fizzle out and she's moving on to the next spark in the high of love? She just seems, so very vibrant and energetic. And I'm just wondering, in a romantic relationship, like kind of how that works for her.
Yeah. So. I wonder... wonderfully said. I wonder how will she deal with Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
In a marriage compared to Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right. The monotonous type of days.
You know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, that's probably the day where, you know, it's the day before the weekend. They probably go out to dinner, probably go out of town, or probably hit the town. But when it's that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you kind of just in the regular thing. Yeah. And the thing about them is that she's older. They are older. So they are not in the hustle and bustle of like their career. You get what I'm saying? They are well established in their career and their lives. So they are near the tail end of working. So she probably want to travel. He probably want to travel. And I wonder, can a marriage really last for a long time on solely adventure?
Okay.
You know?
So he spent his career in space operations, but this is the biggest adventure that he's about to embark on in his life.
Yeah.
He says people his age don't want to commit because they don't want to change their way of life.
That's fair. That could be Rhonda.
Her kids are excited for her, but they are nervous about her intensity. She tends to be a my way or the highway type of person.
See?
And I do wonder... I think I think kids know their mothers and know their parents. But I do wonder if they get a little bit more of that because they're her kids. And I wonder if she puts that onto her relationships. And I feel like she probably does. They've probably seen it.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like because they are her kids, they know her really well.
Yeah.
And they probably know her in ways that she probably wouldn't even admit that, like, this
she can be.
That, you know what? No, it's not my way to highway. I sure could be loving. And I'm like, I think you can too, as long as you're having fun. But when you're not having fun, especially since you did this before, I wonder what is the grace period gonna be for her with that.
So she decides on a red dress for her wedding dress, and the kids and her take a party bus to the venue. And I was like, this is actually pretty dope. Instead of getting, you know, dressed up at the venue and everything like that. And I think that's, you know, cute and nice. Yeah. But I was like, this seems like a very fun way to bring in a wedding, but it also seems like a very unserious way.
No, it's
just like we're very much making light of everything.
It's too extreme for me. And I'm not even saying that she needed to wear a white dress. The red dress looked good on her.
I think it was the party bus for me.
Right?
I don't know, but it looked fun.
It was a party bus?
Yeah.
I just think it's the my way or the highway thing that her parents say, right? And that
her kids.
Her kids say rather. And the whole 18-month marriage, it's just like, oh, what happened there? And I just feel like older people is more complicated because at the end of the day, she could just be like, if it feels like work, I don't want to work at 63.
Yeah.
I want to have fun. And what if Pat is the type of guy? Pat said something that actually, that I actually like what he said, and I'm going to paraphrase. He basically said, every great thing that happened in his life or something like that, he was like very afraid of. Like basically like before he had to do it, he had to get courage to do it. So he is someone that likes love, who loves love. But when it comes down to the other side of it, he may feel fear. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I wonder how that's going to mesh. I think, truth be told, they can be great best friends.
Oh, yeah.
I think they can be great best friends. But this may be one of those situations to where husband, wife, it may not be a match right there.
Well, let's get to them meeting each other.
Okay.
So she walks down the aisle. They give each other a very nice hug. Like I was just like, okay, chemistry off the charts.
Old people know how to hug.
They're holding hands. She's very attracted to him. They kiss, and it just seems like, okay, they're in it to win it. I don't know if it's for a good time or a long time, but they end up sitting and talking. He loves her personality in the red dress, and he thinks she is smoking hot.
Yes.
He learns that she is older than him, but to him, age don't mean a thing.
We both old.
He lives with his mom. She's 84. He's been living with her for about a year. Apparently, his dad passed away 3 years ago in a car accident. So he is, managing, making sure that she has a good quality of life, and they're just kind of trying to figure out what moving forward would be like for her.
Yeah.
So he's been divorced for about 5 years now, and he longs for marriage, living a full life, and she can't wait to start their adventure together. But she forgets his name. Okay. And she has to ask him, which he doesn't mind telling her.
Ooh, what is your thoughts on this, Blair?
Yeah, I was like, they click so well. But I honestly feel like Rhonda and Pat, for that matter, could probably click with a lot of people.
Yeah.
The fact that, they seem like they both have good personalities. I do think that Pat is more of like the chill type of guy, but he seems like a nice enough guy, and Rhonda just seems like the life of the party. So I don't doubt that they'll get along, but I do wonder how will they manage in tough situations, and more so, how will Rhonda manage?
Yeah. When it come to them two, I had no question that they would have chemistry because they're both. He's 59, she's 63. They know how to talk.
Yeah.
Like as in they know how to show up as their best selves compared, especially if we go compare the Will of last episode. You get what I'm saying? This is my concern. And me and Blair had a discussion about this off camera. I don't know. I don't know if it's deep dive worthy, but follow me on this journey. Rhonda is 63, right? He is 59, right? Talk about Pat. He lives with his mom, who is in her mid-80s, right? For one, what is the rules? Now, we know that Married at First Sight love to give someone a basement dweller as a contestant. You know what I'm saying? Somebody live with their mother, but usually it's a younger guy. Way younger,
who hasn't really established themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. And the parents are usually together, or at least the parent is able-bodied. You get what I'm saying? Because they're young enough to watch over the house and things.
And they're working. They're working.
Exactly. This is different now. We got Pat living with his mother, right? She's in her mid-80s, so on the surface, you can look at it as, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm choosing to look at it this way. Oh, Pat is helping to take care of his mother because she's in her mid-80s, right? Especially after the fact that his father died suddenly in a car accident, R.I.P. Cool. Follow me. I wonder how patient Rhonda would be, because I think Rhonda does everything to not feel old. I think her spunkiness come from, you know what? I'm not like a regular 60-something-year-old woman. I go around, I wear red, I got a party bus. I'm a vibe, right? How is it going to look with now Rhonda's going to be married to this guy who is taking care of his 80-something-year-old mother, to where, you know what, that's now her mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Now I wonder, as a wife, is she willing to share the responsibilities of helping to take care of her mother-in-law? A constant reminder of, you know what, she's older than us. She's old. And I wonder, is Rhonda patient enough? And it's kind of hard to tell an old person to be patient, but is she patient enough to stick around and basically be like, you know what, we still can have an adventurous wedding, even though, or basically an adventurous marriage, even though you're taking care of your old mother? And that's something that popped up to me, because I'm like, it's one thing if a young guy was taking care of his old mother, but you got an old guy taking care of his older mother who's marrying an old lady as well. I don't know if Rhonda want to sign up to be taking care of an old mother-in-law.
Yeah, and for me, I just felt like during our conversation, I needed more information, because it could be a thing of where he's supporting her, but I was thinking to myself, well, he's only been living with her for a year. Yeah. She was on her own for about 2 years. Was she doing okay? Did he move in because she wasn't doing okay? Then I was wondering, he did well in his, career, but at the same time, some people don't manage their finances well. In their youth, and by the time they kind of get older and are out of the workforce, then maybe they can't afford the lifestyle that they had when they were working. So I was just like, it's too many unknowns, and I need Rhonda to ask the hard questions.
And there are some people who do not believe in putting their parent in a home. So what would that conversation be of, okay, now you're married, Pat, and now you got a wife that want to do all these adventurous things. She may be like, you got to put your mother in the home. He's like, I don't want to put my mother in the home. You know what I'm saying? Because my mother was with my father, and she have to deal with that. And then I'm all she got. It's so many layered things. And I think it makes it very, very, very complicated, because they are both old themselves. Yeah. So they don't have a lot of time to even be dealing with this, because they're like, life is precious at this time. Time is precious. So watch them for that alone, in my opinion.
So we move on to Megan and Derek having their first dance. She tells him about how her mom can be controlling. He lives in the city, she lives in the suburbs, and she is big into country music and he is not. Yeah. And that kind of disappointed her.
Yeah, she's like, listen here, if we go to a concert and things like that, it's gonna be country.
So Rhonda has her shoes off at the reception. Pat takes off his shoes and his jacket for the first dance, and he calls her a rebel. So she left her first husband because he didn't work. She's telling him this. They were married for 9 years and they share a couple of kisses. So Rhonda is having the time of her life.
Yeah.
Okay. Pat ends up meeting her kids and he tells them that he is blown away by their mom, and he is the type of guy who gives his whole heart, and they say their mom is the same. Megan sits with her bridesmaids. She tells them the bad news that he doesn't like country music, and she starts crying just because of how well they've been able to connect off this first meeting.
During this time, I'm looking at how the mother's moving around. She don't look very happy.
Yeah.
She don't look happy at all, actually.
She actually whispered to Derek's parents or mother, hey, if this thing lasts, you can come visit me by my house or something like that.
Yeah, it just came off as... And once Derek actually had the conversation with the mom, it put things in perspective for me.
Yeah, so when they have their conversation, she tells him she doesn't know what his intentions are. And she does confirm he's not a serial killer. And she tells him that marriage isn't easy. She takes it seriously and doesn't want her daughter to get hurt. But she doesn't have any control. Her daughter's grown, but she does not like it.
And that right there told me everything I needed to know right there. She's not mad at Derek. She's mad at her daughter.
Yeah.
Because her daughter's hard-headed. Her daughter don't listen to nothing that the mother suggests or anything like that. So she just feel like uneasy about this whole experiment and things like that. And she just like, you know what? She's trying to break the ice of basically saying like, are you a serial killer? But overall, she's not liking this. It's not easy for her to accept. And that could go two ways. That can go rather, mom, maybe you are too controlling and you need to basically just take your hand off of my life, even though you pay my checks and things like that. You sign my checks. Listen, I am my own person. Or the daughter could be the type of person to where, you know what, we always got to save your behind.
And that's the thing. If they're always bailing her out, then you can get frustrated when she puts herself in situations. Yeah, I don't know. Just the way the mom came across to me was a little bit too controlling. Your daughter's almost 40. Please stop. Yeah. And let her, and which she is, letting her live her life, make her own decisions, but loosen up the reins. Now, everyone does their walkouts after the reception. So far, everyone seems to be happy with their couples. Megan and Jordan immediately start kissing, undressing, and she is digging the abs.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Brady is feeling some sexual tension with Will, and he says that he can feel the chemistry too.
I think Brittany is... Ooh, this may be too early to say. I think she leads with sex.
I think it is too early to say. Because what evidence have we found?
Because she said she feels sexual chemistry with Will. And I'm just like, where? I don't even feel chemistry with you. But
he said it too.
Watching them, I don't believe nothing Will says.
Okay. I'm like, what makes her so different?
My whole thing is, throughout this whole wedding, you even said it yourself. We did not see the chemistry. We did not feel the chemistry. But at the same time, we are not them. Right? And she's saying, like, I feel the sexual chemistry with Will. And I'm just like, I guess
maybe she just finds him attractive. That's kind of how I took it.
I mean, she did talk about his attributes, the way he looks and things like that. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think you're in for a ride. I don't want this to be a situation to where, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to keep bringing up Chris and Paige, but I don't want this to be a situation to where you're seeing things that's not there in the sense of, oh yeah, there's sexual chemistry between us. I think there's so much to be desired to where y'all get to talk and things of that nature. And because I don't trust Will. And the reason why I don't trust Will is because he's trying to prove to us how smart he is. And usually people like that, it's not smart at all. You know what I'm saying? They usually try to manipulate. They use their smarts to manipulate and things like that. And I don't want her to fall into the trap of that. You get what I'm saying?
It reminds me of the he who should not be named, who wore glasses and a beanie.
Who's that?
Ikechi.
Ikechi. Exactly. Like, maybe not Ikechi, but maybe not to level, because Ikechi is, like you said, he who will not be named.
On the spectrum.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, girl, you are the girl that been in relationship that didn't last 3 months and in the past 10 years. I think this process slows you down and puts you at a good pace for you to basically, you know what? Y'all get to meet with the experts. Y'all get to talk. Y'all get to use all this empty space to talk. Once sex enters something that I feel like is not there yet, then you start seeing things in rose-colored glasses, and that's when things get messed up, in my opinion.
Okay. So,
with them two specifically.
So Josh is ready to start kissing on Jalen. Pat and Rhonda have champagne by the pool.
Mm-hmm.
They're making out. They jump in the pool, and they get in the hot tub fully clothed. So I'm just like, look, Pat and Rhonda are having the best night out of everybody.
Of course.
They're like, we ain't going to bed. It's our wedding night. We having a good time. Mm-hmm. So I definitely enjoyed seeing them make the most of their night.
Is that it?
That's all we got.
What is your thoughts on them so far, on Pat and Rhonda? Basically, outside them having the best night, do you see any other potential roadblock for them?
Not right now. I feel like it's too early to tell. I feel like you have to start seeing people's personalities. I mean, there is some things with her kids saying that she can be my way or the highway. Yeah. And the fact that she is so vibrant and energetic, it does kind of make me feel like, is she chasing a high of love versus the actual, long-term commitment of the relationship? But but I can't say. I don't know.
Yeah, she comes off as she's chasing the high. Mm-hmm. And right when things start to get too regular, she's like, let's jump in the pool. And I'm just like, I have no problem with that as friends, but there's going to come a point in the relationship to where things is going to level out. And guess what? There's not going to be a pool around for you to jump in fully clothed. Yeah. That's all I got with Rhonda. Anything else? No. I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, hype the video, and also go subscribe to Lifestyle with Lex. Help her get to 10,000 subscribers. Let her know that we sent you, and we see you next time.
Bye.